Hello students, welcome to my channel Learning History Made Easy. In today's video, I will be explaining about the contributions of Mughals. Before going into the video, if anyone is seeing the channel for the first time or if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and share it with your friends. So without wasting time, let us get into the video. So today's video is about contributions of Mughals. So today's topic is contributions of Mughals. So in the last video we have seen about Akbar, his contributions to different fields. Now as a whole, what did the Mughals contribute to different areas? So first we will see the contribution of Mughals towards education and literature. Education and literature. So the Mughal rulers established madrasas and colleges. So the first thing they did was the establishment of madrasas and colleges. So as you all know, madrasas were basically for religious education, and then they had colleges. So they established madrasas and colleges, and Akbar specially arranged for the education of Hindus also. So we all know that Akbar was a very religious, tolerant ruler. So Akbar, he arranged for the education of Hindus also. Not only Muslims, he arranged for the education of Hindus. So that was another contribution of Mughals towards education. Now if we take the case of Shah Jahan gave scholarships to students. So he also encouraged education and he gave scholarships for students for education purpose. Girls' education was not encouraged. So that was a negative point if you see regarding the Mughals. Girls' education was not that encouraged during the time of Mughals. It was not encouraged. They only encouraged the education of boys. So during the Mughal time, they established madrasas and colleges. Akbar, he arranged for the education of Hindus. Shah Jahan gave scholarships to students, but girls' education was not encouraged. So now let us see some more points regarding the contribution in education and literature. With the spread of education, literature started to develop. That is natural that with the spread of education, slowly literature also developed during this time. So literature developed during this time with the spread of education. So if we see about the literature during the Mughal period, one of the most important work was the book written by Babar, that is Babarnama. So the most important book was the book written by Babar. It is called as Babarnama, one of the most important work. Other than that, many other Sanskrit books, for the next point, many Sanskrit books, they were translated into Persian. So there were many important Sanskrit books which were translated into Persian during the time of Mughal rule. So first important person, if you will see, Daro was the son of Shah Jahan. He translated, Daro, the son of Shah Jahan, translated Upanishads into Persian. So Upanishads he translated to Persian. That was one of the very important contribution to literature during the time of Mughals. That is Sanskrit books being translated into Persian so that many people can read that. So one of the best example, Daro, who was the son of Shah Jahan, he translated Upanishads to Persian. Then another some of the important works written during time of Mughal period was Abul Fazal's books. Abul Fazal was an important author during that time. He wrote two important works, that is Aini Akbari, that was one important work of Abul Fazal, and the second important work was Akbarnama. So two important works written by Abul Fazal, one is Aini Akbari and one is Akbarnama. So once more we will see the spread of education led to the development of literature during Mughal period. Babar wrote Babarnama. Sanskrit books, many were translated into Persian. Daro, the son of Shah Jahan, he translated Upanishads to Persian. Another important author, Abul Fazal, he wrote Aini Akbari and Akbarnama. Now, after that, there were many other books and authors. Next important author was Gulbadan Begum. Gulbadan Begum. Gulbadan Begum's famous work was Humayun Nama. Humayun Nama was the important work of Gulbadan Begum. Again, Jahangir wrote autobiography. That autobiography of Jahangir was called as Farhang-e-Jahangir. Farhang-e-Jahangir was the autobiography of Jahangir. So such were the important works: Gulbadan Begum's Humayun Nama, Jahangir's autobiography called as Farhang-e-Jahangiri, then Abul Fazal's Akbarnama and Aini Akbari, all were the important works written during the time of Mughals. Now there were also some Hindi books written during that, and there were many books written in Hindi during that time. If you see some examples of Hindi book, one book is Malik Mohammad's book, Malik Mohammad. Malik Mohammad's famous book's name is Padmavati. Padmavati. This was a famous book written in Hindi during that time. Then again Tulsidas, he wrote Ramacharita Manas. Ramacharita Manas, written by Tulsidas, was another important work. Then Surdas, he wrote the famous work Surdas-Sursagar. So all these are examples of works written in Hindi during the time of Mughal. So many Hindi books were written. Malik Muhammad's Padmavati, Tulsidas-Ramacharita Manas, Surdas-Sursagar, etc. were the important works written in Hindi during the time of Mughals. So these were the contributions of Mughals in education and literature. So next, let us see their contribution in the field of art and architecture. Contribution of Mughals in the field of art and architecture. As we all know, Mughals were great builders. There was a lot of contribution in the field of art and architecture during the time of Mughals because they were great builders. The important features of Mughal architecture. So the Mughal architecture had some special features, some features like domes or tall pillars, then gateways with domes and arches, arches. All these were the important features of Mughal architecture. Domes were there, tall pillars were there, gateways with arches were there. So all these were the important features. If you see any Mughal construction, you will see at least one or two of these features. Now some of the important monuments. Which are the important monuments which was constructed during Mughal time? Some of the important monuments were, one you can see Buland Darwaza. Some examples of important monuments, you can see Buland Darwaza. Then Palace of Jodha. Many palaces were there. In that palace of Jodha was a beautiful example of Mughal architecture. Then Diwan-e-Am, Diwan-e-Khas, all were Diwan-e-Am. Then you can see Fathepur Sikri, Akbar capital at Fathepur Sikri. Fatehpur Sikri, all these can be considered as important examples of monuments constructed during the Mughal period. Buland Darwaza, Palace of Jodha by Diwaniyam, Fatehpur Sikri, all were the examples of beautiful architecture constructed during the Mughal period. Now let us see some more important examples of Mughal architecture. Taj Mahal was one of the most important, or it is still the most important example of Mughal architecture. Okay, so Taj Mahal at Agra can be considered as a standing example of the Mughal architecture. And after Taj Mahal, you can also see at Agra only the Moti Masjid, both can be seen in Agra. Then if you see in Delhi, you can see the Red Fort and the Peacock Throne were in Delhi. So all these can be considered as beautiful examples of Mughal architecture. If you consider the rulers, the time of Shah Jahan or the period of Shah Jahan is considered as the golden age of Mughal architecture. Golden age of Mughal architecture, because that was the time when Mughal architecture reached its peak and the maximum construction happened. So Taj Mahal and Moti Masjid were examples of Mughal architecture in Agra, Red Fort, Peacock Throne at Delhi. So like that, so many examples are there. The period of Shah Jahan is considered as the golden age of Mughal architecture because of his contribution to architecture during that time. Now let us see a little more details about Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal. So Taj Mahal is the best and finest of Shah Jahan's building. So it was the finest building of Shah Jahan, that is Taj Mahal, and it is considered as the wonders of the world. We all know that Taj Mahal is considered as the wonders of the world. This was built in memory of his wife. So Shah Jahan constructed Taj Mahal in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. And Mumtaz Mahal actual name Arjuman Banu Begum. So she is famous as Mumtaz Mahal. So it was constructed in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. And the master architect, the main person behind the design of Taj Mahal, that is master architect of the Taj Mahal, was Ustad Isa. His name was Ustad Isa. He was a master architect behind the construction of Taj Mahal. And the Taj Mahal was built on the banks of river Yamuna. And the Taj Mahal was built using white marble. The construction of Taj Mahal was using white marble. So these were the details of Taj Mahal. So Taj Mahal was constructed by Shah Jahan. It is considered as the wonders of the world. It was constructed in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. The master architect behind the construction of Taj Mahal was Ustad Isa. It was constructed on the banks of river Yamuna, and it was constructed using white marble. So now just let us see revise the points which you have studied till now. Contribution of Mughals to education and literature. The Mughal rulers established madrasas and colleges. Akbar arranged for education of Hindus also. Shah Jahan gave scholarships to students. Girls' education was not encouraged. The spread of education also led to the growth of literature. Literature works were written in Turkish, Persian, Sanskrit and Hindi. Babar wrote Babarnama. Many works were translated from Sanskrit to Persian. Daro, the son of Shah Jahan, translated Upanishads to Persian. Abul Fazal's Aini Akbari and Akbarnama, Gulbadan Begum's Humayun Nama, Jahangir's autobiography called as Farhang-i-Jahangir, etc. were the important works. Important books were also written in Hindi. Malik Muhammad's Padmavati, Tulsidas-Ramacharita Manasa, Surdas-Sursagar are some examples. Now, when you see the contribution of art and architecture, Mughals were great builders. The important features of Mughal architecture are domes, tall pillars, gateways with domes, arches, etc. Some of the important monuments of Mughals are Buland Darwaza, Panch Mahal, Palace of Jodha, Diwaniyam, etc. at Fathepur Sikri. Taj Mahal and Moti Masjid at Agra, Red Fort, the Peacock Throne at Delhi, etc. were some of the examples of monuments made by Shah Jahan. The period of Shah Jahan is considered as the golden age of Mughal architecture. Now let us see some points regarding Taj Mahal. The best and finest of Shah Jahan's buildings is the Taj Mahal. It is considered as one of the wonders of the world. This was built in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal, Arjuman Banu Begum. The master architect of Taj Mahal was Ustad Isa. It was built on the banks of river Yamuna with white marble. So now let us see some of the contributions of further contributions of Mughals to art and architecture. The art of painting also developed during the Mughal period. So during the Mughal period, other than architecture, the art of painting also developed during the Mughal period. Jahangir was the greatest patron of painting. So considering painting, Jahangir was the greatest patron or the supporter of painting. Some of the important painters during that time, during the time of Mughal, some of the important painters were, one is Ustad Mansur. Ustad Mansur was an important painter during the Mughal time, and one more painter, Murad, another painter during the Mughal period, Murad, and one more was Manohar. So there were so many painters, especially during the time of Jahangir. They were encouraged, Ustad Mansur, Murad, Manohar, etc. And regarding painting, portrait painting and miniature painting, that is small kind of paintings, developed during this time. Portrait painting and miniature painting developed during this time. So only this many points are there regarding painting. During the Mughal period, painting also developed. Jahangir was the greatest patron of painting. Some of the important painters in his court were Ustad Mansur, Murad, Manohar, etc. And portrait and miniature painting developed during this period. So all these were the contributions of Mughals to painting. Now let us see the contribution of Mughals to music. Music also developed to a great extent during Mughal period. All the Mughal rulers, so all Mughal rulers except one, that is all Mughal rulers except Aurangzeb, patronized paintings and patronized music and musicians. All Mughal rulers except Aurangzeb patronized music and musicians. Aurangzeb did not do that. He did not like music and musicians, but all other Mughal rulers patronized music and musicians. Now Akbar was the greatest patron of music. Considering the rulers, Akbar was the greatest patron of music. He liked music so much. Some of the important musicians of the court of Akbar, one was Tansen, then Ramdas, Brijubavara, then Surdas. So all these musicians were there in the court of Akbar. So from that only we understand how much Akbar liked music and musicians. Some of the important musicians in the court of Akbar were Tansen, Ramdas, Brijubavara, Surdas, etc. were the famous musicians in the court of Akbar. Now other than Akbar, Babar, then Jahangir, I already told, all Mughal rulers except Aurangzeb, they patronized music and musicians. So Babar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, all the rulers, if you see, all were good singers. All of them were good singers, and it is said that they even composed lyrics. Okay, they even composed lyrics for songs. Okay, so Akbar, he was the greatest patron of music. In his court there was Tansen, Ramdas, Brijubavara, Surdas, etc. Other than that, Babar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, all were good singers, and it is said that they even composed lyrics. So if we see the contribution of Mughals to music, all the Mughal rulers except Aurangzeb patronized music and musicians. Akbar was the greatest patron of music. In his court, important musicians like Tansen, Ramdas, Brijubavara, Surdas all existed. Babar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan all were good singers, and they even composed lyrics. So now let us see these points once more. Let us revise these points once more. So the art of painting also developed under the Mughals. Jahangir was the greatest patron of painting. Some of the important painters in his court were Ustad Mansur, Murad, Manohar, etc. Portrait and miniature painting developed during this period. Regarding music, music also developed to a great extent during the Mughal period. Mughal emperors except Aurangzeb patronized music and musicians. Akbar was the greatest patron of music. Tansen, Ramdas, Brijubavara, Surdas all were famous musicians of his court. Babar, Jahangir and Shah Jahan were good singers, and they composed many lyrics. So these were the important contributions of Mughals to different fields. Now let us see some important questions regarding this topic. Who wrote the book Humayun-Nama? Gulbadan Begum. Who wrote the book Akbarnama? Abul Fazal. Who wrote the book Ain-i-Akbari? Abul Fazal. Who was the master architect of the Taj Mahal? Ustad Isa. Name any two famous historians of Akbar's period. Abul Fazal, Badauni. Which were the capitals of Akbar? Agra and Fatehpur Sikri. Who built Taj Mahal and where is it? Shah Jahan at Agra. Name any two famous musicians of Mughal period. Tansen, Ramdas. Name any two famous Mughal monuments at Delhi. Red Fort, Diwaniya. Which was a new religion introduced by Akbar? Din-e-Ilahi. Describe the contributions of Mughals to literature, art and architecture. So the answer, whatever I have explained in this video, is the answer for this question, contribution of Mughals to literature, art and architecture. So I hope you have understood all the points regarding the contribution of Mughals very clearly. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. And if you have liked the video, please do like and share and also subscribe to my channel. Your likes and comments will be of a great encouragement for me to make more and more videos. I hope to see you all soon in the next video. Thank you for watching.